I like this. This is cozy. Okay, so apparently I woke up today and my back said, I'm gonna give you pain again. So we switched up a little bit, and actually I quite like it. It feels a little bit more cozy, you know, just with a different chair essentially. So let's do this. Hello and welcome back to my little cozy corner. We're still going through the name change. I'm still adapting. But my name is Holly-Beth, that hasn't changed, and this is my safe little space where I document in my journey falling back in love with crafts again, and in particular knitting. And this has been since the first project, really, since day one. So we're making a bit of progress now, and it's quite an exciting episode. I think it's quite an exciting episode, so it is a complete honour to nice. It is an honour to have you here, whether you are new or a returning viewer. We are just building the most wonderful little community, or continuing to build the most wonderful little supportive community, and I feel very grateful for that. So thank you so much. Thank you for supporting, and if you are new, welcome to this kind and wonderful little space. So today, as usual, I'm going to be talking about my finished objects, if any, which there is, and which is very exciting, and any whips, which are also what I think makes this episode quite exciting. If you watched the last podcast, even the haul, you might have an idea of what those exciting things might be, and any acquisitions or anything that's new to me that is linked to our crafts. So I hope you are doing okay and you are well and everything is okay with you. How are you? Let's have a conversation. But I do hope you've grabbed yourself, as always, a beverage of your choosing, or one that just makes you very happy. And with that, I think we're just gonna jump straight into it. So hi, hello. It has been 2 weeks. Well, it's been a week, really, if we're gonna go there, because we had the podcast 2 weeks ago, and then we had a little haul which had all my acquisitions and everything in it, which was quite exciting, and there was a lot of love for that haul in particular. So that makes me feel very happy. So thank you so much for any of the love that you may have sent towards that video. I really do appreciate it. So thank you so much. Okay, so I'm not sure what order I did from memory. I don't remember what order I did my whips in last time, but I have finished both. I think I had 2 whips last time, both of which are now finished. So I think I'll talk about this one first, but it is this pattern here. It is a Norwegian pattern, written in Norwegian as well. I have been learning the language for well over a year now. Well, but more. So with the help of my other half slightly translating the parts that I was a little bit unsure of, I was able to just work from this pattern absolutely fine. It's not a difficult pattern. It's basically just in the round, but it's a great beginner pattern. I don't remember how far I had got last time when I showed this pattern. I think I was quite far in from memory. Well, now it's finished. It's huge. Absolutely huge. So the idea of the pattern is that you just kind of go in the round and round and round and round. It just in stockinette stitch, and you hold one wool blend with alpaca and one mohair. The one that the pattern art calls for is both by Mondial. I noticed last time there's quite a lot of noise when I move these around, so I'm going to try and avoid it this time. The pattern calls for this brand of yarn. It is the Mondial Sove and the Mondial Kidsetta. This is their Kid Silk Mohair, and this is their Merino Extra Fine, but it also has alpaca and things like that in there. Both are absolutely amazing yarns to work with. Honestly, I loved working with them. They were so smooth and so just enjoyable to work with. If the opportunity came up again to work with these yarns, I would 100% do so, because this was so nice to make, and to knit, it was just such a delight to knit. And I think I actually said that to my partner, where I just came out, I was knitting it and I was just like, I'm really enjoying this. He was like, oh yeah, why? And I was like, it's just so good. It's just that the yarns are so nice. So yes, this is all I have left. Don't know what I'm going to do with it as of right now, but the pattern does say to basically use up what you have. But you know, the whole yarn chicken game, which if you don't know what that means, it's when you keep going and going and going until you get to the end of the yarn, but you're not really sure exactly if you've got enough to do another row and do another row, and you just keep going and you're like, one more row, and yes. Or if you have a certain amount of yarn, specifically, you have to try and make sure that, and you are wanting to make something out of that yarn. Yarn chicken is kind of the game that you, not a nice game to play if you're not sure if you're quite going to have enough. So like you're chasing the yarn, it's quite scary. But I have this much left. I don't really know what I'm going to do with it. I did do the amount that the pattern specifies, and it is meant to be this long. I'm so happy with how these colours have turned out. I'm in awe, absolutely in awe. The only thing that I'm not too happy about is, for some reason, usually I can do an okay cast off where it's quite stretchy, but this one just isn't. And I don't have the heart to rip it out and redo it. It fits over my head. It also fits over my partner's head. I wanted to check. But it's a shame that it's not as stretchy as you can kind of see it's not as stretchy as the bottom one. But even though it looks like a very big piece, it does fit very nicely, just, you know, around here. And I've worn it a few times now and it's been really nice. I've not had any issues with it as well. I know I was a little bit concerned about, not concerned, but I weren't sure if I was going to find mohair the most comfortable. And I'm pleased to announce that I am fine with it. Happy days to me. This was so much fun to do. I would very much do another one. I very much recommend the pattern to a beginner because it's so fun to just kind of go in the round and around and around and around. It doesn't take too much focus. The only thing you have to really focus on is making sure that you're picking up both threads, because you are working to yarns and mohair is a lot thinner, so it can be easier to miss if you're not paying full attention to what you're knitting. But I finished it and it is just, the colour is fantastic as well. I'm so chuffed, so happy with it. So I have a little scarf snood thing. I need to find out the proper word for this in English. Just for reference, very quickly, the Sorva, I think that's how you say it, is the colour 879, and the Kid Silk mohair, words are difficult, is 0147, just in case you wanted to know. But I have this one finished. I'm very happy with it, apart from that cast off, but I think I can live with it. It fits over my head, so it's not the biggest issue that it's not the stretchiest cast off ever. It's okay. First finished object. That was a nice hot chocolate, as usual. Okay, so if you remember from last podcast and the podcast before that, so for a while basically I have been knitting this type of hat in Drops Flora. I believe the colour is 04. It's like the kind of darkish grey colour. I made this one and it was just slightly too small for who I made it for, in the sense of that they wanted it to cover their ears just a little bit more than this one did. So I have another one. You will have to excuse how dirty it is. I only realised this literally when I picked it up this morning to film, because I couldn't film yesterday because the person that I made this for had it because they were using it, which is good. I don't know what on earth they've done to it. How is it so dirty already? No idea. Well, I have got an idea, but if we excuse the mess on it, can we turn it round? That's okay. I finished his hat and I'm very happy with it. It's a lot bigger than this one, which you can see. It's the same size this way, it's just longer, which is exactly what I wanted to do, what he wanted from a hat. It is knit using Drops Flora held single, which is an alpaca and wool blend. I'm very happy with it. I'll put for all of everything I talk about, even if I don't mention it, I will always put on the screen what the pattern is called if there is one, and what yarn and what colorway. But I've no idea. It's already becoming quite well loved, and I love that. I love that he loves it. I had to very kindly ask him to leave it home today and use an old hat just so I could talk about it, so you're welcome. But thank you very much for that, because I know that he watches and he supports and he's wonderful. So yes, finished the hat, stains and all apparently. I'm very happy. I am absolutely loving making these hats, and I think I have a few more to make, not out of drops. I think it'll be out of slightly thicker yarn, so more DK weight double knit. Yeah, I'm very chuffed, and for goodness sake. And he has the hat that I wanted to make ages ago for him, and I still have the tiniest bit. It is very, very thin. It's very squish, squish. I do have the tiniest little bit of Drops Flora left. Not really sure what I'm going to use it. I do have some Drops Flora back in England, not this colour, but I'm thinking if I make something out of Drops, which I'm out of Flora, which I'm going to, then I may just include like a little stripe or something like that just to use this one up. But yeah, it probably takes one skein entirely for a whole hat that size. I have a little bit left. It's very exciting. Then we move on to whips. If you were in my live stream, you would know about both of these. However, we talk about it here anyway. This is the first whip. It is the start of another My Little Secret crop by Jessie May Designs. It is in this really nice yellow colour, and I have nicknamed it my happy little crop because, you know, it's yellow, it's happy. I'm happy with it. But this is how far I've got. I've made one of these before and I made it in a blue and a white. I know I don't have enough of this yellow yarn. I know I don't. So I'm torn between what colour I'm going to do the top part in. So I'm just going to keep going until I run out of this yarn. I'm kind of trying to use up some of this older yarn that I have from winter so that I don't end up just accumulating yarn. You know, I want to, if I'm going to buy it, I want to use it. So my thought is that I wanted a yellow one, and I'm undecided whether I have some other yellow. I'm undecided whether to do more yellow, but it's a slightly different shade, and it's not, what am I saying? It's not merino wool, it's just wool. So on the label and, you know, to feel and everything, which is slightly brighter, or I do the rest of it as white, or the rest of it is grey. That's kind of my options. I think I'm just going to see how far this gets me and then go from there, see what I've got. I do have a lot of white and natural coloured yarn. I will probably do white because for me, I don't know when that meme is gonna rub off, like when it's gonna leave, but it's still stuck in my head, so we're stuck with it for now. For me, I don't want to knit something entirely in white. If I do, it will definitely be staying here because I don't trust my dogs back in England. But I don't know. I do have projects in mind that I do want to knit in white, but they're very specific and they're very like nice projects, and they're more of like a creamy beige as well rather than a white, you know. So I can see me doing white with it. But maybe, hopefully next time, with how quick I knit the other one up, hopefully next time I will have it finished, if not almost, and yous will know what colour I went with. Maybe I might leave it down to stream when I next go live next week. That's how far I've got. I'm using, I can never say it, mjuk, and I'm using the merino. This is in the colour 211 or 211, which is their yellow colour. But I'm using up stash yarn as much as I can, and I want a few of these because I have lived in my other one. So yes, we are making progress. We are very much making progress. So that's the first whip. May I mention as well, I started both of my whips on the same day. I finished both of my finished objects on the same day because I was doing the ends at the same day, on the same day, which was Saturday. And then on Sunday, I cast both of my whips on. So they're about the same age. We'll just say. Which then very excitingly leads us on to my other whip, which part of me cannot believe I'm saying, but also another part of me, I am so incredibly excited about it. And I've actually got, I think, quite a lot done in 4 days. Bearing in mind I've been doing another whip as well and been very busy doing stuffs. But I have started my novice slipover. I am still on the first section, but I have started to do my increases and I am very excited with how they're looking. I'm very happy with how the material is coming together. I did a swatch of this and it looked like this. And I usually don't do swatches. I kind of usually do half the size, but I really wanted to see how the colours were going to work with each other. I was happy with it. I thought it was going to look okay. But honestly, in the bigger version, I'm so happy with how this is looking. And yeah, I am still on the first section where you knit it back and forth and then you'll pick up for the shoulder. We'll get there. I hope that I will have this finished by the next podcast, mainly because I want to get some wear out of it whilst I'm still in Norway. And yeah, but this knit, I can't explain how much this means to me, because this is my first official, even though it's not got sleeves, it is my first official jumper. And I think that's so exciting. And I've wanted to do this pattern for so long, but I really wanted to knit it whilst I was here in Norway. And I'm here, I'm knitting it, I've started it, I've done a good chunk of it so far in 4 days. Yeah, I'm so excited, and I'm so happy with how it's going so far. And I'm really happy with how the fabric is coming together as well. It's not too scratchy, I think, which is obviously a big concern for me. I have been finally working on my slipover. It is the novice slipover pattern by petiteknit. I'm so incredibly happy with how this is coming on. I'm so happy with it. The pattern calls for Double Sunday by Sandnesgarn, held with also Sandnesgarn mohair. But I don't have that much money, and don't get me wrong, I'm not sure if I've got enough mohair because I only have 3 of these and they're 50 grams, but it's the meterage that I'm concerned about, whether I have enough. But I am using Sandnesgarn Double Sunday, and I'm using it in a colour called, well, the colourway is 2543. It is I believe, a discontinued colour. And I picked up 10 of these. I think I may have too much. We will see. Maybe I'll have enough. I'm on my second one so far. So, and I'm still on my first one of these. This is by a brand called Permin, the Bella mohair, Permin Bella, basically. And it's the mohair. And I do have, some of these sections are really thick and it's really tricking me as to how much I'm going to get out of this one skein. I don't really know. But I'm almost on the shoulders. I'm so close to starting one of the shoulders. And then we'll just see how we go. If I have to get some more of this, I'm happy to do so. We do have to drive a few hours to get to that yarn store. But we can just make a little day out of it. It is not a problem at all. So the pattern that I said to myself, oh, you know, one day I will start that. I've started it and I'm so happy with how it's going. Whether we will have it finished by the next podcast, I'm not sure. I think that there is a good chance that it might be, because I am just enjoying working on it so much. I think if it is at any point not finished, I think it'll be either we're still working on the actual like body, or we'll still need to do the ribbing on like the neck and the sleeve on like the side. We'll see how long this takes, but this is 4 days progress, which, bearing in mind I've been also doing the other top as well, I think it's okay. I would have got more progress done on this, but I wanted to really focus on the pattern and paying attention to it. So, but I've started it and I'm so excited. So that is my final whip for the last 2 weeks. It's really made me so excited about all of the projects I went through. I was talking, I think I said it on a stream recently. I went on a huge pattern search just to see what patterns I may want to knit, and I've got so much yarn and I want to try and find patterns that match. And so yeah, if you do happen to have or know of any patterns that you've tried, or you know you would recommend, or you think are very nice, then please do let me know, because I'm really excited about trying more patterns after this slipover. I don't have any acquisitions this week. It's rather sad, but we did have a nice big haul last week, so if you haven't seen that video, go check that one out. That's it for the last 2 weeks. But I'm so happy with how these knits are coming along. I'm so happy that I've finally started this. I'm so happy. Oh, I forgot to say, I am also wearing one of my hand knits from, I want to say August. I could be wrong. I think it's August. I'm not sure. But it's my little yellow bandana. And I figured I would wear a bandana today, since I actually have my hair out my face somewhat, apart from these bits. I will leave a link to where I talk about this bandana in that podcast up here, so that you can watch it. Of course, if you want to watch the whole knitting journey so far, I do have all of my knitting podcasts into a playlist, which you can watch if you would like to do so, because we are on episode 7 now, which means that we've had almost half a year of making videos. So that's really exciting. But yes, that is everything that I wanted to talk about, or wanted and needed to talk about today. If there's anything in particular that you really liked or you're excited about, like, I'm so excited about this. And as soon as I am done recording and I'm waiting to upload these little files and edit them through, I am going to be working on that. Let me know what your favourite thing is, or anything that you're quite excited about when it comes to what I'm working on, or one of the things that I finished. Let me know in the comments if you're working on something yourself, if you craft, if you knit, if you make anything at all actually. Let me know what you do and what you're working on, and let me know what you thought of the video of the podcast. Thank you so much for joining me and allowing me to talk about everything that I've been working on, and and show you what it is that I am doing. So thank you so much for giving me that opportunity, and if you did like the video, please do give it a like, comment on it, let me know what you thought, and subscribe if you're not already. It really does help me out. I will see you guys in the next one. Oh god, I'm already knitting and I didn't even mean to. There may be some videos going up in between the podcasts. There is also another podcast that I'm quite excited to hopefully talk about soon, which is super exciting, and if you know, you know. I will see you on Friday for the premiere, and if you are watching the premiere, as always, hi! I hope you're doing well, and thank you for being here. And I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for being here and allowing me to do this. It really does mean the world. So thank you so much. Have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll see you guys soon. Much love to you all. Bye! Oh, I'm so excited about this slipover. Oh my goodness me. I'm gonna go knit on it more. Bye!